Aurelion Sol time. All right, there are two people in the world who I'm not entirely surprised by pick Aurelion Sol, and that is Huhi on CLG and Caps. We've seen him play it once. I'm excited to see it now, videos. I can see you just go.
Flashbacks. No, but the first thing that comes to me is flashbacks.
Game one, Fnatic coming in on the blue side, H2K on the red. Taking eyes on the mid lane, Betty, as junglers are going to be important as well. But while we're waiting for this laning phase to kick off, I want to talk about Aurelion Sol and Orianna.
Yeah, forget junglers right now, Dragos. It's all about these mid two. Purely because this is actually a really good matchup for Aurelion Sol. He has one of the strongest level 1 pushes in the game thanks to his W. Basically, he's just going to pop it, and he's just going to stand in lane. Orianna is just going to have a really rough time, constantly being forced underneath her tower by the constant push that Aurelion Sol has. And one of the big advantages that he also has is that Orianna has to get quite close to you in order to do a fair amount of damage, which means that as long as Caps just focuses on wave clearing and zoning the Orianna away, it's going to be really difficult for febiven to really apply pressure against the A-Sol.
So there are two lanes he can roam to where there is some setup. Now, one of the problems for Aurelion Sol and why some players do not like him at the moment is because against tanks, it's somewhat difficult for him to deal enough damage. It's obviously very good against squishy targets. With the full combo, you can almost burst them down. But at chogath and a sejuani in the late game, they don't really care too much about Aurelion Sol's damage. So he needs to do well early on in the game and start getting some advantages.
As you mentioned, Betty is not quite as aggressive with the Celestial expansion until now. He's trying to bully him out at least a little bit.
And then the main damage dealer and the main carry would be Rekkles.
Nuclear now in trouble, leaping past, trying to make it past the Unbreakable. Exhaust is down. Nuclear running for his life. Rekkles hungry for the kill. Is this going to be the first blood taken down? But now in the regional qualifier, he's getting his hands on it again, and it's looking good. Moving for more. That's the second kill.
Didn't respect Rekkles' ability to roam, and speaking of roaming...
Oh, the action does not stop. First appearance from Aurelion Sol in another lane. Maokai is here. Star Surge goes in. A little bit of damage. Celestial expansion should be able to clean this one up. Flash forward from Caps. Brings it back in. Yet another kill for Fnatic.
But now he can actually move across the map, and he's already doing it so far.
Right, and with the bottom lane winning on its own 2v2, with the fact that Caps can then focus top lane, you can very quickly get 3 pushing lanes for Fnatic, where suddenly H2K are pushed so far back on the map, it's very hard to do anything. Sejuani wants to get level 6 before she really joins in. The chogath, we know he's a slow scaler up in the top lane as well, so H2K might find themselves under so much pressure in this early game that they can barely do anything.
Aurelion Sol still that roaming champion. Maybe not what you expected. Definitely giving Caps the edge. To check the itemization as well.
He's back top lane.
Coming out. He is on a mission. It's going to be the lock up to CC. Star Surge moves forward. That's a body slam to follow up. Odoamne, you wanted to play League of Legends. Sorry. That's too much chain CC.
Well, one of the key things is being able to have vision on some of the entrances to your half of the jungle. You can see that in the top side, H2K have already put some wards through the river, so they can be a little bit more prepared for when Caps try to move around the map. And the other thing is, jankos needs to be a little bit more aware of when he can try and get those counter ganks off too. He's invested a lot of time to the bottom side, as Caps is already making his way top. They read it, but I don't know if they can react in time.
Still no flash.
Forward, Comment of Legend. Star Surge moves in. Good damage onto Odoamne, trying to do what he can. Voice of Light comes out to knock him back. The silence does stop the Stars for a brief moment. Caps is pushed back, so Odoamne is going to hold on. Flash out for broxah to make it to safety. This is punting Che out of the fight. Jankos there as well. Needs to hit the blast cone if he wants to stop the escape. Jesiz still has ult, still has flash, folks. Should not be dangerous. But it looks like he may just get taken down. If he flashes over, the ball is there waiting for him. Jesiz is going to drop. Well played by H2K.
But Fnatic still get themselves the first tower of the game. Yes, they end up losing Jesiz, but it doesn't cost them much as Caps.
Fantastic sidestep. Double Star Surge. Should still be taken down. The flash forward. That's going to be it. H2K firing back immediately.
The thing is, Rekkles and Jesiz still around mid. Now they're using that Rift Hill we just talked about with the AD carry and support there. After bot lane had been pushed in and Nuclear had to clear it, this is the setup to get that mid lane tower. Nice zoning ult from soaz.
Already ulted, not just going to be zoning, going to connect on multiple members, pushing in. Voice of Light just keeps him knocked back. Not going to have any chance to approach the tower.
Easy take from Fnatic.
Still a little bit poking. Trying to get everything they can. That is, you already mentioned it earlier. Fighting for every little thing. Last time
He even ults for the Raptor. Wow, okay. I think that's taking the strat a little to the extreme.
Look, farm is really important, and he's competing against Rekkles right now, and that's like not a fair fight. So you gotta make it count, man. You gotta be willing to ult those Raptors.
That's all they needed to do until Baron or this Infernal Drake were ready to be taken. Nuclear, for some reason, is pushing forward.
Oh, Buster shot comes in. Rekkles with a solo kill onto Nuclear.
And that's another way you can get that
that's
tower.
an alternative
That's how you
option.
do it. You just rely on the enemy to carry to walk forward and die.
It wasn't broxah that was the problem. It was Nuclear. He wasn't in the right position to get solo killed.
All of H2K just walked away from the Baron. They have one ward outside it, but they need to move fast.
The single ward is going to give it away. Jankos is here. Nuclear here as well. Fnatic, though, not taking nearly as much damage from the Baron as expected this early in the game. They now see the TP ward. Fnatic are now backing off. 2K health with the Baron. Chogath is in the middle of the team. He's going to take so much damage, but the Gargoyle Stone Plate is keeping him healthy. Jesiz looking for the disengage. Taking a lot of damage back in return. Febiven over the wall does use the shockwave. Jay blocking what he can. H2K are holding on. Fnatic still alive, but the Baron not going to drop.
They're starting this Baron once again.
Fnatic assuming that the recalls have already come through for H2K, but they are here. Odoamne on the way, but no TP means he could be too late to the party. Eyes on Jankos. The pressure on in this series to steal this away. soaz is going in. Jankos is going to get interrupted. Will not make it over the wall, but the fight is no longer about the Baron. Jay pushed back. Unbreakable, going to keep him safe. Fnatic still in control of the pit.
But once again, H2K stop the Baron from going down. The thing about Aurelion Sol is he can just push out the bot lane, and because of his mobility, can very quickly roam up towards the Baron. And Odo, he won't have that same ability on the chogath. So as long as Fnatic can play with the fact that both top laners have TPs down, they will have this pressure and force H2K to always lose this farm of honor.
Moving in though, odoamne could be the one that's caught out. No flash. In trouble as he's going to get pulled back. Unbreakable is nowhere near odoamne. Jay does move forward to keep him alive. Disengage, trying to come out. Nuclear uses on the hunt. Febiven hits back with the shockwave, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Rekkles still at half health. H2K being pushed back, but it's a slow, grindy team fight. Jay, the only casualty.
And now, they feel very confident to start this Baron.
Oh, soaz is hiding behind H2K in case they try and go in and fight this Baron here. He's moving his way down now, trying to get onto febiven.
Eyes for the twisted advance. Caps now moving forward. Who's he going to lock up? Knows there's no spell shield on febiven. He's going to get pushed back. Nice flail comes in from Jankos to slow up the competition.
They're now starting the Baron. No flash on Jankos to try and get over that pit easily. He has to dash over it, and that can get denied.
soaz using the blast cone as an escape and will deny another entrance opportunity for Jankos. Another TP being burnt. Fnatic still not going to try to burn this down. They are going to force the fight though here. Feast does it. H2K are going to snag the Baron. They're flashing out to safety. So much damage in the pit as well. H2K, no on the hunt means they cannot chase this one down, but a beautiful steal from odoamne.
Love the decision making there from H2K. They realize, you know what, let's just burst it. We're tired of playing around this Baron. They go for the commitment. The feast from odoamne, the smite from Jankos, followed up by a great 5-man shockwave from febiven. Now, H2K, they can just continue to stall out. They don't need to force anything right now. They want to wait a little bit longer to complete a few extra items. Exactly the death cap.
It's a big one.
That's the SG.
There's no one in the mid lane.
Oh.
Minions. Effective farming.
Those minions didn't see it coming, but H2K will. Knockout comes in, soaz going to keep the fight going. Voice of Light comes out. Goodbye to Che. Rekkles now on a rampage. He's going to leap forward. Looking for the Sweden, looking for the rinse and repeat.
Putting some wards around the river is fine as Rekkles. He's got blood in his eyes.
soaz is here on the flank, but is he the one that's going to get picked off? It doesn't look like they have enough damage on the side of H2K. Nuclear with no armor pen. In goes Caps. Common of legend, both carries are fighting together. Jesiz in the middle of everything. Shockwave pulls back, but it's only going to hit a tank. It does not matter. Eyes on Rekkles. He is still up. Feast does not matter. All of Fnatic just doing whatever they want to this H2K lineup. That's going to be the triple.
And Fnatic find a huge team fight in H2K's jungle. Started off by Rekkles, the TP flank in from soaz. Without the Baron, it does not matter. They find the successful fight, and they're going to find the base of H2K.
Yeah, H2K, they move down, they place all these deep wards around the Elder Drake. They're trying to set up for that fight, and then suddenly soaz appears behind them with the teleport, and all in happens. Nuclear cannot get away, and H2K, they just lose that fight so quickly.
The surprise tree is always the deadliest as Fnatic look to end the game.
Fnatic pushing in. Dominant start to the game and a dominant close with one final team fight. H2K had a few shots. They fought back once or twice, but it was not enough here in game one. Fnatic moving forward. They're going to take the edge in this series with the game one win.
And they definitely slowed down once we started playing around the Baron. Fnatic tried to make sure that no steal could happen.